Hello, my scrappy friends. It is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. I am using the fabulous June kit, which I absolutely love, and it is full to the brim of the Happy Days collection by Coco Vanilla Studios. Now, for this one, I did pull a Vicky Bouton pre-made layout from my stash, background. That black one that you can see in the background there, and you can see there are two giant triangular pieces cut out of it because, as you can see right now, I am sort of double whammying this background piece. I cut out two of the triangles that I want to use to make up my sort of circular pie here out of my background piece, but then I'm just going to stick these circular triangles back on top, and you're not even going to know that I've used all the same paper. Well, you are going to know, because that's the whole point, that black paper is not going to look so ridiculously out of place and so black in this layout, because it is also being used in the background. So to create that cute little pie shape there, I actually just went and got my frying pan from the kitchen and traced nearly all of it on a piece of paper. I had initially thought I would do a half, and then I sort of unintentionally did more than a half, because I was like, oh, I'll just cut it down if I don't, whichever bits I don't like. And then I kept making it, and actually, I really like the whole thing. So I just kept it the random size that it was that I traced. And now I traced that onto a random sheet of paper. It's actually like a baby collection that I now no longer need and don't really want to keep. It was not one of my favorite papers. So yeah, and then I cut it into random triangles, and I then used those random triangles or those random segments to cut my good copy pieces, because as we know, when we have divine pieces of 12 by 12 pattern paper, we only want to cut them once and not mess it up, because I found it very difficult to be brave enough to cut this amazing paper from Coco Vanilla Studios. But I did it. And then I hand stitched all the way around the edge with a really gorgeous shiny thread that was just a really nice color match to the collection. Then, as you can see, I've popped it all down, but I did leave a little section of it not stuck, because I'm going to use the little journaling square, or I don't know what you'd call it. It literally is like a little piece of card to write journaling on that Steph included in the kit. I'm going to use that as a little hidden journaling piece, but I'm not actually going to write my journaling. I am going to use the journaling that went along with this photo. So this photo was shared on social media by my son's daycare, or kinder actually, he's in 4-year-old kinder, and it was talking about him being a amazing safety champion. And so that's what he's holding there, a picture of a lanyard that they made him, calling him the safety champion, because he's really conscious of looking after others in his room, other teachers, other kids, and just making sure that everyone stays safe and does the right thing. The specific example in the story was that he saw a teacher trying to sit on a small person chair, and he told them not to sit on that chair because it is not safe for them and they should sit on the grown-up chair, which, yeah, was just super cute. So that all of that journaling was written by the kinder, and it was included on Facebook. So I printed that out, I screenshot it and printed that out, and I have put that on the hidden journaling that you can just see there, that I am going to slide back in underneath the photo. I put that little tab that says good times on it. So A, you have something to pull, but B, it ties in with the whole cluster that I've just made there around the photo. As you can see, I've gone ahead and kind of made 3 equal floral clusters. They all have a piece of green leaf. They all have a large flower. They all have a medium-sized flower, or a small flower maybe. Yeah, medium-sized flower and a small flower, sorry. And then they all have a little sprig as well. So all the floral sections are the same size, and I just tried to vary the colours but also keep them similar to each other so they all tie in together. And I also popped them up on foam just to give that extra bit of dimension. And you can obviously see there a little bit more detail into what that little hidden journaling was looking like and how I trimmed it down just to make sure that little tag sort of is the right shape and looks pretty. So once I finish off this next cluster here, then I'm going to go ahead and put on my title. Now for my title, I actually pulled some thickers from a past kit that Steph created, and they are the Radiant thickers that came with the Paige Evans collection. The colors are just absolutely perfect. A perfect match for the Happy Days collection. So I can see that I'll be using quite a few of those sentiments into the Happy Days collection. I also pulled out a Pink Fresh Studios collection as well. Sorry, not collection, just thickers as well. They are banging and crashing while I pull them out. They are the Joyful Day puffy phrase stickers that again were from Steph, but I'm going to say a year, if not two ago, and I literally had one phrase left. It was the phrase that says my story. And the scriptiness is very similar to the Paige Evans scripty part, but not exactly the same. So I'm using the word story, but I put the my back in with the Paige Evans one. And I'm going to see if I can sort of work that with some of the other thickers that are still in there, because the color is a perfect match. The font is nearly identical. And I thought it just worked really well. So then that way I've got this my amazing story happening, and I killed a set of thickers. So that is definitely a bonus. Then I went ahead and pulled out just something cute from the ephemera pack, the hello, the shine bright like a diamond, and the camera. And I'm going to add a cute little love heart as well, because we love the little love hearts. And then finally I pulled from an old kit again, the Bo Bunny Beautiful Things candy dots that we got in another collection. I know that Steph gave us white enamel dots, and I absolutely adore enamel dots, and the white would have been cute on this layout, but I decided to roll with the color matching ones just because of having such a white background. I thought the Bo Bunny ones would be a cuter little colour match happening on the page. Then I was going to be done, but I just love the font of the Cocoa Vanilla Studios tiny word phrases that they have at the bottom of their sticker sheet, and they have sort of the same kind of font nearly every time, and I just love that typewriter-y type font. So I had to go ahead and put some of those onto my clusters as well. Just, finishing touches. So I went ahead and put one of those word phrases on each of my clusters. I used Too Cute, So Happy, and Love You, and they are just gorgeous. And then I'm going to pull out some gold splatters and splatter those on. I was umming and ahhing about whether to add more black splatters, because there are already black splatters included in the Vicky Bouton pre-made background, but then I did decide to get just a little bit more black splatter to put on top so it looks more purposeful. And just sort of tie that darkness in, and I think that was a nice little touch. There's hardly any, but just enough to sort of pop it in. And that calls this layout complete. I think probably the most difficult or time-consuming part was definitely the stitching, but I really enjoy hand stitching, and I love just sort of sitting on the couch and doing that when I can't be bothered scrapping, but I want to do something. And I just love how this layout came together. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a happy, scrappy week, and I'll see you all with my next layout next week. Bye.